Have you ever wondered how investors in Dubai are making between 20 and up to and above 70% return on their investment? Renovations. Let me introduce myself. My name is Joe Butler, a specialist in property development here in Dubai. Collectively now, our team are managing over 200 million dirhams of renovation projects here in the city. I've made this video to explain how we here at Wealth Signature Development can help you kickstart your investment journey. So let me take you back. About 18 months ago, we started seeing a shift in the market. The ultra high net worth individuals from all over the world come into Dubai. Now listen, as this market boomed, we started to notice there was a huge demand for upgraded properties, and guess what? There were none on the market, or if there were very few. Since then, the gap in the market has started to be filled by smart investors who actually noticed the demand for turnkey properties. So what do? Since we noticed this market has a huge potential and is largely untapped, we wanted to provide a solution for international and local investors. We created a full 360 package where we made it as easy as possible for investors to get into this segment of the market. Firstly, using our network of sellers and the best agents, we source the ultimate off-market and below-market value deals. But before we even invite you to a viewing, our team are already on the field doing full feasibility studies where we're going into the property, we're looking at the floor plans, we're looking at the view, we're looking at the transactions, we're looking at what potential this property really does have. Now, only at this point is that when we invite you to the viewing, because we want to go into this viewing knowing full well what we know is the bottom line that we can close the property off. Once we've created that full feasibility package, only at that point are we going to invite you to the viewing, because we know the bottom line price in which we know we can close at to actually make any money, because our role is to make sure that you're making the most profit as an investor. And this is just step one. Next, we invite you to our shortlisted properties that we believe have the most potential and explain why we handpicked them. Afterwards, that's when we can start to offer and negotiate to get the best price point. Okay, so what's next? So listen, while we're transferring the property, now assuming that you may have bought the property cash or mortgage, that does depend on how long it takes to transfer the property, but guess what? We do not waste any time. We invite our designers down. We get permission from the seller. We start with the preliminary measurements and the design ideas based on the original AutoCAD drawings to determine what can be modified. While waiting for the design to be finalized, we tender the project out to one of our highly skilled contractors, depending on their availability and workload. Once the design is done, our contractor and designer will create a full-scale timeline with project milestones and get to work. While waiting for the design to be finalized, we tender out the projects to one of our highly skilled contractors, and our designer will then create a timeline with project milestones, and they will both get to work. Now, this is when the fun starts. This is where the contractor gets in and really starts putting things together. Throughout the entire process, we are going to be visiting the project ourselves 3 times a week minimum. Me and my business partner will be co-project managing and marketing the project throughout the whole timeline to ensure we're building hype and excitement around what's to come. Near completion, we list the property using the render pictures from the designer to generate initial leads. In some cases, we've actually sold the property before completion. Finally, when the property is done, our expert marketing team promotes it extensively through social media. We invite top brokers to an open house, incentivizing them with bonuses to actually speed up the sale, assuming that we don't have a direct buyer ourselves. And then you're wondering, okay, this all sounds great, but what do you guys get out of it? So besides the 2% on the initial purchase and resale, we opt in for a profit share starting at 10%. This will be on the overall profit made on the property. This is what we class as our sweat equity, because assuming that this is a big project, it may have taken 9 to 10 months, we are visiting this project every week as if it is our own. And alongside that, you're going to be updated daily by ourselves and our contractors. Once we establish that we will work together, everything will be outlined from the start. We build our business on trust, transparency, and reliability, with all the cards on the table from the beginning to build long-lasting relationships with all of our investors. Lastly, everyone wonders about project timelines. Well, how long do these projects take? Project timelines can honestly vary, and it's too hard to say that one shoe fits all in this scenario. But for a medium-sized standalone villa, we account for around 6 to 7 months, including the resale. For a larger villa, we can expect between 9 and 11 months. And these timelines will be fully outlined depending on the project. For example, if you buy an apartment or a penthouse, everything can vary, but everything will be fully available for you to see before the project starts. Okay, so what's the minimum value in which you should invest as an investor? Well, currently we are not taking on projects below 10 million. Why is that? Because we believe there is a lot of competition below this price point and it's getting very saturated and the margins are not very exciting anymore. Therefore, we are now only taking projects over 10 million, but this is where we start to see at least returns of 20%, 25%, and that's at the minimum price point. I'd love to invite you for a Zoom call or lunch or a meeting in person where we can discuss and break down exactly how we can help you here at Wealth Signature Developments. I look forward to seeing you there.